The year is 1995. Let me give you a little piece of advice. Keep your friends close, keep your elbows closer, and do not let this guy hit a snap down on you in the state championships. You're going to see why. Now, I am uberly excited to get our guest here today, finally meet up with him and be able to show his videos and tell his story, because I can tell you, you guys are really going to enjoy what you're getting ready to see. So, if you would, introduce yourself.
Hey, Miguel Merritt, Hopkinsville High School wrestling team.
Miguel Merritt, two-time state champion, Hopkinsville wrestling. 1995 most outstanding wrestler. Went on, as you can see, he's wearing that crimson. Played football at University of Alabama. We'll get into that a little bit later. But before we get to that, how do you find wrestling? What leads you to wrestling?
It was a family tradition, man. Uncle was something you had to do.
I got you.
It wasn't a choice. It was you had to.
Now, is Jeff your uncle?
Jeff was my uncle, yes.
Oh, now, we've done Jeff's 1983 video. If you haven't seen it, after you watch these two, go back and watch Jeff's. And that's why I said a couple of videos is, no matter if it's Christian County or Hopkinsville, whether it's in a setting like this or at like a state tournament setting, whatever it is, it really feels like a family. I mean, it really does. It feels like you guys, two different schools, just feel like one big family.
That's what it was. I mean, once you came to the gym that morning, everybody was separated, but by the end of the night, everybody was together. We eating each other's food and everything else going on. And
nowadays, on each other's phones, or using each other's chargers, or whatever it is. Now, again, this is one of the most reviews I've been waiting on since I started the series. The 94 and the 1999 year was the first clip or the first tape that I got, or the first video file that I got. The 94 and 95 I got, and was watching the 95, and familiar name popped up, Miguel Merritt, and I knew, because I'm from Eastern Kentucky, and I knew Sheldon Clark had won the team titles in 94 and 95, so I was going through on the KHSAA website looking at all the Sheldon Clark guys, because I knew Sheldon Clark had 4 in the finals, but y'all got beat. And we get to your match, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to watch it. And also, it was a really short clip, and I was like, well, okay, let's watch it. And I'm like, oh my God in heaven, I cannot wait to meet with this guy. But let's kind of go over your career real quick. Let's see, in 1993, I've got you third place, 171 pounds. And then it looks like you beat Desmond Wilfore from Christian County in the Constellation semifinals.
Yes.
I got you 7-4.
Yes.
Okay. Then in 1994, I got you at third place. Excuse me. Let me say that again. I got you at third place at 171 pounds in 1994. Mm-hmm. So you are a freshman in 93. Yeah. You're a sophomore in 94. Now coming in to your 95 season, were you not going to stand on that third place podium again? You're like, this is it. I'm done on third place. I'm winning it or else.
Yeah, I mean, I figured that 2 years before I shortchanged myself. Mm-hmm. I wasn't pushing myself like I should have.
I got you.
So I made up my mind. It's either all or nothing.
And you went all. And you're going to see it, I promise. But let's go over your bracket. Now, before we go any further, though, your team comes in fourth.
Yes.
And Hopkinsville, of course, has 3 team state titles, 1985, 1986, and 1992. So really good tradition. Hoptown and Christian County, I believe, won it in 1988. So both schools, deep wrestling tradition. And actually, before I come over here this morning, I went over to Hopkinsville High School and Christian County, and I took some photos. You guys are going to see them of the state cutouts, of the wrestling, all the sports you guys have won team titles in. I wish more schools would honor their. And you're in town. You're from Georgia, or you live in Georgia now, I should say, on the fire department down there. And you come in because last night was the last game.
Well, supposedly, but from what I hear, it'd be at least a couple more seasons before they combine the schools. So.
And Christian County and Hopkinsville is combining into one big school, so they're going to be just, murderers row when you have to play them. But you come in town, and I can't say thank you enough for being here today.
No problem.
But in the first round in 1995, got you wrestling Jason Schuster from Frankfort it doesn't say how you win. I'm gonna have to imagine it's a pin.
That was a pin.
I was gonna say there's no way it wasn't a pin. Then in the quarterfinals, I've got you wrestling George Hurley from Covington, Scott. George comes in fourth, but you win that by fall as well. In the semifinals, I got you wrestling Rick McLean from Franklin County. Rick comes in fifth. You win that by a 6-4 decision. So kind of, you remember anything about that?
I remember that match. I almost got DQ'd from that match. It said I slammed him too hard, and he won an injury timeout. So time was really.
I can't imagine you slamming somebody. I just can't see it. I just doesn't seem like that's something you would do.
Luckily, he got up and continued with the match. So.
Yeah, no, that's really. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I did not know that. Now, like I said earlier, Sheldon Clark had 4 in the state finals, and they win the team title, but all 4 guys get beat.
Yeah.
And then, but you're wrestling Matt Stepp from Sheldon Clark. It's got Matt's record at 50-4. It's got I gotta ask you about this. It's got your record at 43-3. Who in the world beat you?
I remember one guy from Fort Campbell. It was just off Saturday for me. Thought I was up, but I wasn't up.
Yeah.
So by the time the end of the match was over, somehow he won.
Like I've never seen Superman get beat. I don't know how, but I seen it. I was like, that can't be right. And this is coming right off the KHSAA website. So, but I guess it could happen. You know,
Yeah.
It could happen. Now, 1995 had you had 7. Think about this. You had 7 wrestlers from Christian County or Hopkinsville in the finals out of 26. You had Sean Smith, 106 pounds, Hank Penner, 142, Grady Peterson, 112, Rodney Hopkins, 151, Livingston, and you.
Yeah.
All Christian County, Hopkinsville guys. That's 26.9% of the state finals participants come from Christian County, Hopkinsville. That's pretty cool. Now, before we watch your finals, do you remember much about it?
A little bit.
Because whenever I added him on Facebook and reached out, and I think I sent you like a screenshot of and I said, hey man, what's up with the snap downs? And you said something like he was set up for it or something to that effect. So it's pretty cool that we have it.
I remember him leaning forward. It looked like he was off balance a lot. So I'm like, we're just gonna try it.
Yeah. Now, I'm glad that we have the video, and you guys, like I said, this is probably going to be one of the most viewed videos that we have, just because of Miguel's, I guess, stature in the Hopkinsville community. You're in the Hopkinsville Hall of Fame.
Yes.
Jersey's retired.
Yeah.
You guys are seeing photos. I think you were here last year for your Jersey retirement ceremony.
Yes.
And of course, you and your cousin, I think Livingston, went in together in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Livingston, 3-time state champion. Livingston's backflip is still the most viewed. 1997 backflip is still the most viewed section. But I'm going to have to imagine this video is going to be the most viewed, like, actual match because of what goes on. It's incredible. I can't wait to put it on and let Miguel tell us all about it. We're going to get the TV set up. We'll catch you guys right there. We're at Atherton High School in Louisville. Now, Miguel, did you have like a lot of family here for this? Or
Yeah, we did have a lot of family in the stands for this.
because Christian County, well, Hopkinsville, I'm not sure how you guys identify like where you're from, but it's not that. It's a trip to Louisville, but it's not that far. I mean, you can make it,
2.5 hours.
pretty reasonable. It's all interstate pretty much, so
Yes.
it's not that bad. Now, Martin County, other end of the state. Hopkinsville, other end, completely opposite end of the state. Had you guys wrestled each other before this?
No.
Okay.
No.
And that's kind of a common theme you see in, like, especially, 90s, 80s wrestling is opposite end of the state, hardly ever saw it. Unless it was at the state finals, or state championships, I should say, you didn't see too many people because you just didn't travel that much. But now, kids are doing off-season work. They're, traveling every weekend, seeing other people. So, did you know anything about Sheldon Clark wrestling before this?
I didn't. I mean, like our team, we always stayed in Nashville or Indiana or Missouri wrestling.
Right.
Wrestling terms every weekend, so they have a clue about who this guy was.
You guys want to? Oh, you guys are watching. Okay, we got Livingston, some other guys here today doing the videos to make sure everybody can see it. All right, now I'm excited. If you guys can't tell, I'm really excited to get Miguel's take on this. All right, let's do this. I love your all's orange warm-ups. Those are awesome.
We have them for years. And
I love that. I love that color. Real quick handshake right off the mat. All right, here we go.
So right here,
God almighty. And yes, that is legal. All right, so you can tell he's kind of addled.
Yeah.
So you cut him. He gets his one. You lock up again. And you say, meet some mat.
I figure after the second snap down,
dude,
it's going to be a cruise.
Now, you're jumping around. He's laying on the mat saying, what am I doing here? It's Coach Matney. Rest in peace, Coach Matney. He comes out on the mat. He takes injury time. And I guess that's one of the team trainers. That's Coach Placer, correct?
Yes.
And Tony Harris in your corner, correct? That's what I thought. Now, right here, what are you thinking into the match? Let's finish this.
Initially going, I was going to try to at least go the first period with him. But I said, after that second one, I was like, it's no time to finish him up.
You go optional start, you cut him, and back to the center. Shoots in. You're trying like a modified cradle of some type. This is just brute strength right here. Brute strength and athleticism.
I figure right here is probably a done deal.
There it is. You get the pin. And
great feeling.
You kind of come over and check on him. Shake hands with Coach Matney. What are you telling him right here?
To make sure he was okay, man. He was still in a lot of pain, agony right here.
I can't imagine why. I just get your hand raised. There's Tony, Coach Placer.
Two of the best of the ever coached.
And of course, we got the medal ceremony.
Then we got our Christian County back, mate.
Oh yeah,
family.
And I see Damien back there in his green. There you go, man. Climbing the podium. I like those shirts you guys had too. Those Top Town Wrestling shirts. Those they need to bring those back for like a throwback or whatever.
It's a lot of tradition, man.
Oh man, I love those. On top of the world, man.
Man, I just wish I had my hair back.
Don't we all? I think we're all there. There it is, man. Introductions, match, medal ceremony, and also that year, most outstanding wrestler, like we already mentioned, and rightly deserved. I mean, I told Spencer Moore from Walton, Verona, his 2020 and 2021, he won it back to back. That's probably the most technical flow through, because he pinned all the way through. I mean, just quick. I mean, just nobody could come close to him. He's wrestling currently now at the University of North Carolina. He'll probably place this year in the NCAA. He'll probably be an All-American. And I told him when I done his videos, his 20 and 21 years are probably the most technically sound. Just this is textbook wrestling. Yeah. I'm going to go on record and say your 1995 we just watched is the most physically dominant performance in a state championship that Kentucky's ever seen. I'm not even joking you. The only person that comes close, and don't tell him I said this, is George King's 2000, 171 pounds. I mean, his last, I think, 41 seconds, 42 seconds. But just the physical domination that the snap downs, the way you get the fall, just everything.
Yeah.
I mean, physical domination from before the handshake.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's one of the best performances. Like I said, everywhere I go, I show everybody this video just because of how this, like I said, just how physically imposing, how dominant you were. And there's not been what I refereed for 18 years. There's not been anybody come close to that.
Oh,
like I said, George, but I mean, his was he shot in, got a double leg, got a half, and that was it. But as far as just physical domination, there's nobody that's come close to you.
Thank you.
Nobody. So, again, you're a two-timer. This was your 1995. We have your 1996 video. We're getting ready to cover it. It'll be a separate video. It'll be below this one in the playlist. Miguel, let's go to 1996. We'll see you guys there.